Family relationships can feel like a tightrope. One misstep, and years of love and goodwill can suddenly twist into frustration or guilt. Picture this. An adult child is doing their best to help out, juggling work, their own household, and the needs of their aging parent. The elder, meanwhile, sits nearby, offering advice, reminders, or sometimes even criticism, believing they've earned a certain level of deference and support. The adult child feels like whatever they do is never enough. The elder wonders why their sacrifices aren't being repaid. Over time, what starts as love and duty becomes a minefield of unmet expectations. This kind of generational conflict isn't rare, it's nearly universal. Many elders feel entitled to respect, care, or even obedience from their grown children. They often believe, "After all I've done, the least you could do is help me without complaint." On the flip side, adult children may feel emotionally drained, caught between the demands of their parents and the needs of their own families and careers. They wonder, why does it always feel like I'm failing, no matter how hard I try? Is my effort ever enough? At the heart of this tension is not just a simple disagreement over chores or time, it's a collision of emotional contracts. These are the unspoken rules we inherit and carry, often without realizing it. For elders, the contract is written in the language of sacrifice and repayment. I raised you, supported you, and now it's your turn to care for me. For adult children, the contract is more about partnership and mutual respect. I'll help, but I want to be seen, appreciated, and allowed to set my own boundaries. This isn't just a matter of behavior or personality. The psychology runs deep. Elders grew up in an era where love was often equated with duty and obedience. To them, taking care of someone was an act of love, and accepting help was an acknowledgement of that love. On the other hand, many younger adults have been raised in a culture that prizes autonomy, consent, and emotional boundaries. They're taught that it's okay to say no, to prioritize self-care, and to communicate openly about what they can and can't give. This creates a frustrating loop. The elder expects gratitude and sees duty as a sign of love. The adult child feels pressure, growing resentful when their efforts are met with criticism or indifference. Both sides end up feeling unseen, unappreciated, and hurt. The pattern repeats, deepening the divide with every interaction. But it doesn't have to stay this way. There are compassionate, practical steps that can ease the tension and bring families closer together. First, try naming the invisible contract. Open a gentle conversation by saying, "I feel like you expect something from me. Can we talk about that?" This isn't about disrespect. It's about clarifying what love looks like for both of you. When expectations are spoken out loud, they're easier to negotiate. Second, balance duty with choice. For elders, it's important to hear, "I help because I care about you, not because I owe you a debt." That distinction isn't trivial. When help is offered freely, it feels like love. When it's demanded, it feels like a burden. Third, make emotional check-ins a habit. Ask each other, "What do you need emotionally today?" And, "Do you feel appreciated by me?" These simple questions can surface unspoken feelings and prevent resentment from building up in the shadows. Ultimately, the goal isn't to erase expectations. They're part of every relationship. The goal is to shift from unspoken pressure to spoken understanding, from guilt to gratitude, and from obligation to genuine connection. And now, take a moment to reflect. Have you ever felt trapped between duty and exhaustion in your own family? You're not alone. By bringing these patterns into the light, you can begin to build bridges across generations, without guilt and with more compassion than ever before.